Greetings everyone, Craig Hester here with R2AWatches.com, and thank you for joining us as we continue on our journey through all the watches and accessories that are available at R2AWatches.com. Today we are talking about the newest Expedition North Pole 1 collection from Vostok Europe. This is the first time Vostok Europe has ever done a solar-powered watch. It is also only the second time that Vostok Europe has offered a watch with a glow-in-the-dark strap, believe it or not. This silicone strap actually glows in the dark. It's also the first time that Vostok Europe has had a watch with the iridescent coating on it, which makes this one just a fabulous, fabulous timepiece. This is something different from Vostok Europe. If you haven't if you've been looking for something different from Vostok Europe, this is your chance to get something different, because this iridescent glow with the color combination, with the glow-in-the-dark silicone strap, with the quick change. It's also the quick change strap. It's very easy to change the strap out. This is what you're looking for. So if you're not familiar with Vostok Europe is a boutique watch brand based in Vilnius, Lithuania. Every watch is custom made, hand assembled there by a team of 7 full-time watchmakers. They do everything custom. They start with a blank piece of paper and they finish with a completed watch. They do more than most large watch brands do, and it's pretty amazing for a boutique watch brand what Vostok Europe accomplishes right there at their facility in Vilnius, Lithuania. The watches today, I would put this in kind of the entry level for Vostok Europe. This is not the most affordable Vostok Europe, but it's pretty close. The thing about today is you're getting something that you just haven't seen before. I'm going to give you a quick overview. I'm only doing 2 of the styles today. I'm doing the iridescent and I'm doing the deep PVD blue, which is just amazing. So what are some of the new things? If you've been following Vostok Europe for many years, you know about the Expedition North Pole 1. It's one of the earliest Vostok Europe watches. They've had a watch called the Expedition pretty much since the beginning of Vostok Europe. You just can't go wrong with the Expedition North Pole collection. It is really, in a lot of ways, the quintessential Vostok Europe. It is I believe, let me check the ATM on these. I believe they're 20. Just bear with me for a second. So like I said, this is the first time. Yep, this is a 20 ATM. Now, it doesn't have a unidirectional rotating bezel, so it's not technically a professional grade dive watch, but as far as a water resistance being at 20 ATM, that does put it in the professional grade dive category. So you can definitely swim with this watch, and that's part of why it comes with a silicone strap. It's also going to come with a fantastic leather strap. It's multi-thick. It also has the quick change on the strap, which makes life a lot easier on the spring bars. It's real easy to change the strap out. Leather on that is blue. And then on the blue, the actual leather is brown. So again, what's new? Well, this is the first solar. So this is a solar movement from Vostok Europe. That's not the Vostok Europe movement. It's the VS57. That is a Seiko movement. That is the first time that they've ever done solar. Well, now, obviously, I don't think I need to really explain what a solar movement means in a watch. It means it is powered by UV light. It's powered by the sun. This one happens to have what I would refer to in a mechanical watch as a power reserve indicator. It actually shows how many days are left before you would run out of power. And part of the reason that these are actually down pretty low in terms of, you see it's down where it says it's high, medium, or low. You can see where these are pretty low. Well, they stay in a drawer in our shop, until they get ready to be sold. So these haven't been sitting out in the light, but they're going to start picking up the light in here, and it doesn't take that long. When it's at high, you've got about 90 days. When it's at the middle, you've got about 60 days. When it's low, you've got about 30 days. And obviously down at 0, that's when you're without power. It doesn't take long to charge this up in the UV light. You just wear this every day, and it's literally like wearing an automatic timepiece. You don't really have to worry about it. You definitely don't need a battery, and you don't need to wind it. It's going to be charged by the power of the sun. The other things that's new in this one, this is, as I said, the first iridescent case to ever be produced by Vostok Europe. It's pretty amazing looking. I mean, the purples and blues and reds and tones that are in here, and it makes each case unique because the PVD does not do exactly the same on each case. It's just a fantastic look on this watch. Never done it before. I think you're going to really enjoy it if you want to pick up something different from Vostok Europe. And then, of course, this one is in that deep, rich blue PVD, which is fantastic. They really made the chapter ring a deep dish, stadium-type chapter ring on this, which I think looks really good on this watch. Another interesting feature that this one has, well, there is a 24-hour subdial. And you might want to notice that 24 hours is actually etched underneath the glass, as is the name Expedition North Pole 1. It's etched underneath the K1 mineral crystal that is used by Vostok Europe. That gives you the best of both worlds. It is a 7 on the Mohs scale, so it's right between sapphire and mineral. So it gives you nearly the scratch resistance of sapphire and gives you nearly the shatter resistance of mineral. Underneath the crystal, that's where it's marked, so that's kind of cool. It's a 24-hour subdial, and then within that subdial, there is the phases of the sun throughout the seasons of the year. You can, if you start at the top, like you see where it says summer, and you start where the line begins, and you follow it all the way around, whether it's summer, autumn, winter, or spring, you can look and see how long the sun's going to be out at the North Pole during that time of the year. So that's kind of a fascinating little feature that was added by Vostok Europe to this watch that hasn't been done before in a Vostok Europe timepieces. So this is a 47 millimeter timepiece. Again, it's 20 ATM, water resistant. It is surgical grade stainless steel. There's fantastic lume on this. I'm going to see if I can get the lume to show up. Like I said, these have been in a drawer, but they've been sitting here under the light for a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get the lume to show up on this strap and get it to show up on the watch. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. 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 Look at the lume on this watch. It is fabulous, guys. This is going to blow you away. This is going to blow you away. I can't wait for you guys to get this home and we start getting the feedback about this, because the luminosity on this, look at that strap, look at that super luminova. Oh, that's just fantastic. So that's probably some of the best lume I've ever seen from Vostok Europe outside of tritium. So it does have the North Pole on the caseback and a nice decorative etching. I really like the fact that Vostok Europe always stays with making sure that they have some kind of art on their caseback. It's kind of becoming a lost art. You're seeing plain casebacks more and more. This is something that most people don't see. Only the person who owns the watch actually sees it on a regular basis. But it is still a fabulous thing that they do, that they go through all of the effort to make sure that the caseback is also decorative as well. It's about 17 millimeters thick, so be very clear. This is, if you're into diminutive watches or smaller watches, this is probably not the watch for you. This is a pretty big watch because of the fact that there is no rotating bezel and the crystal goes all the way to the edge of the bezel. That makes it look even bigger. Whenever you have a rotating bezel, that actually will make the watch look a little bit smaller. So this does look very large on the wrist. That being said, it's very comfortable. I have a 7.5-inch wrist here. I'll show you a quick wrist shot. I've got a 7.5-inch wrist. I have no problem wearing an Expedition North Pole 1, and it looks fabulous on the wrist. And again, I love that iridescent glow and the additional features that they added. So if you're looking for something different, if you're looking for your first Vostok Europe and you want to have something that's going to give you kind of an entry level into Vostok Europe, these new Expedition North Pole 1s are exactly what you're looking for. Again, they've got quick change straps, surgical grade stainless steel, a K1 mineral crystal, a solar-powered movement. The first time ever Vostok Europe has done a solar-powered movement. They're going to be doing more of that, by the way, coming up later in the year. So those are the main features of the new Expedition North Pole 1 from Vostok Europe. I'm Craig Hester with R2AWatches.com, and hey, keep watching.